Well, here we are, everybody. We are doing a bit of a small detour. Um, we are going to be doing a little bit of a pack of B-sides. I think it's always good to kind of get some of these down where this is kind of the standard view. But no, it's good to kind of do a little bit more exploration. I always do a little bit extra. And I figured, what better way to do that than just get in some B sides? So that's what we're gonna do. Starting off first with "Eye of the Storm." Oh yeah, my name is Aaron. If you I help you to try to load the music that you already like. I almost can do it.
어딘지도 모른 채 달려왔던 거야 난 시간 내 조각들이 나를 스쳐지는 한 걸음 두려움을 감추며 거센 바람 속 비틀거리며 걸어가 이 태풍 속 한가운 대로 멈추지 않을 파도라며
Yo, this is sick. Okay. I love the dynamic. Interesting shift. Okay. That was actually surprisingly good. Is this just a... Yep. That was actually surprisingly really cool. I really like the dynamics of it. The dynamics of it really kind of give it a little bit of a different feel. But it does still have that... It still kind of does have that identity, which I kind of have been looking for. And I greatly appreciate the fact that, this still feel pretty different, though. Like, this is pretty different, and yet I love the energy, it kind of has a little bit more of like a digital pop vibe, right? And you can almost say like it kind of incorporates like some, uh, weirdly enough to say, but like some video game noises in here. It's got a lot of energy. And the vocals on this, I think, are actually pretty cool as well. Mainly for the reason I think that really makes them stand out is when you listen to this, it has this feeling of um, that it has that kind of wispiness, a little bit of etherealism. Um, but to me, it's just also got that sturdiness that I like. It's not so wispy and ethereal that it sounds weak. And I think sometimes that can be a little bit of a trap that some singers will fall into, especially when they're in the higher registers, that they just kind of go weak. Of course, there is always the problem that if you go too strong, then it sounds like you're screechy, and it doesn't do that either, which is also pretty sick. So I think there's a lot of really good vocal play here, and I think it also shows that they have definitely been trained. But I do think that it does feel pretty good. I think that the vocal take on this is really nice, and I think this is one of those songs where I think their vocal talent themselves really, really help. Next, we are moving on to Love Spell. There we go. We're getting all this. Pretty different too. I like that clapping. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. This is, to me, one of those songs where, for me personally, it feels more like it's just kind of a fun, flirty song. You know, maybe playing a little bit more up on the flirty side. And, you know, I think that you probably say maybe it's, you know, talking about love spells. I guess it could be part of the witch. I actually don't know when this came out. I don't know where any of the songs came out. But it's definitely a little bit more fun side. It's kind of playing on the whole witchy vibe, like spells and magic and stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty fun, but definitely a little bit more on the flirty, kind of sexier side of things. And I kind of have to admit, it's kind of a bit of a change. But yeah, I think they pull it off pretty well. Definitely kind of more of a fun party song, I feel like. Something that you can throw on. I think so, you know? And here we are moving on to... Here We Are. I found a live version of this, actually, luckily enough, all the way back in 2020. First online concert, too. How cool is that? Let's check it out.
변하지 않은 건 없지만 언제나 내 맘여기 너와 내가 있던 그 시간에 다녀오고 싶어 그날에 우릴 데려올 수 있을까 길의 끝에 서면 다시 볼 수 있을까 빛을 담는 그림처럼 딱 있는 저 별처럼
What a cool stage! That Gfriend shirt is sick.
Here we are. 우리가 제일 아름답던 곳에 Here we are. 모든 계절은 이곳에 Here we are. 내게는 너무 완벽했던 곳에 그 시간 속에 그 공간 속에 내 모든 얘기를 주고 싶어 Here we are. 라라라라 다같이
Is that their light stick? That is so cool. I might need to get that. It's hard to sing when you're emotional. Poor babies. Yeah, where do you even look?
아, 버디 너무너무 고마워요. 우리 올라가자. 이번
이번 콘서트 도움 주신 많은 스태프분들 감사합니다. 감사합니다. 아까 리허설에는 웃으면서 올라왔는데. 고마워요. 감사합니다. 저희 스태프분들 너무 감사합니다. 고생 많으셨습니다. 버디 고마워요. 버디 보고 싶어요. 버디 고마워요. 지금까지 연아친이었습니다. 감사합니다.
To be honest, I think that they're doing better than I would be up there. That's for sure. I would be a mess.
사랑해. 안녕, 버디. 좋은 시간 보내요. 안녕. 좋은 밤 되세요. 안녕. 고마워요.
I was going to save this for the final video, but I think I'm going to say it here. I am so shocked. Okay. I'm going to be extremely transparent. I was a little bit worried for this 1 week club in a lot of ways. Mainly because I always worry if I'm going to like a group first and foremost, and how well they're received, and if anybody even had any interest. There's been a few groups that I think I have done that I felt deserved the 1 week club that might not have gotten the attention I believe that they deserve. I was completely taken aback by everything this week thus far. I guess because in my own perception, and perhaps somebody can fill me in as of the impact now, but I felt like some of the comparisons to other groups felt a little apropos. The reason why I feel like that is because it feels like a lot of times like BAP or Infinite, where they were really popular and teeter off. And I think out of the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that have come through the channel and commented and unsubscribed and resubscribed or subscribers coming in, every single person that's ever come through, I don't know, I think I could count on one hand the amount of people that have brought up Gfriend. But the interesting thing is for me personally, is to see how many people have come out of the woodwork for Gfriend. And I was going to ask this question on the guide. I kind of forgot, probably because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. But my question was, what happened? I know that sounds really broad, but like I see all these concerts and I see these really loud fan chants. They have light sticks. They have like all these crazy moments of people just like absolutely losing their gourd over seeing them, and just the tears and the impact that they have on other idols and their fans. And I sit here and think to myself, how many people, if you walked up to them today, would recognize Gfriend? I don't honestly know, but on my end, it seemed like it was going to be a very small, and as if they were kind of forgotten. Kind of like, sad is enough to say, I don't feel like many people talk about BAP in a lot of ways. So I feel really perplexed at a group that can be so big and so influential, because I feel like since we've done Gfriend, I've thought to myself, this influenced that group took from them, that group took from them, that group took from them. A lot of times I had that cross through my mind that I thought, wow, so many people have actually borrowed from Gfriend and were inspired by Gfriend. And then it feels like they don't get the credit for it, if that makes sense. And it kind of blows my mind a little bit, because how do you have a group that's so successful? I mean, what was it, 71 show wins and like 180 like nominations in total, something like that. I'm just pulling that number off the top of my head. And now it feels like, you know, where are they? And I understand that they had a comeback, but I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of confused as to how a group that's so legendary could be considered kind of like a forgotten group at the same time. And maybe I'm wrong. This is just all my perception. So if it be possible, I would like to have somebody who is much more knowledgeable in this particular aspect to fill me in. Is my perception right? Is my perception wrong? You know, then we have to talk about the other group, BBC. Like, I don't even know. Where do they stand? How popular are they in the whole general zeitgeist? And of course, popularity is not everything, and big numbers isn't everything. It's just one of those things where you're just kind of like, huh? You know? It just kind of boggles the mind a little bit. So, and by no means does this. I'm not trying to come across. If this is coming across as disrespectful, it's not supposed to be. It's actually just more out of shock of like, how is it that they're not treated the same as a Blackpink or a Twice or a LE SSERAFIM or Islet or, you know, like ITZY or, you know, the list goes on and on. I'm trying to understand. Because to me, like, especially with knowing how dominant they were also on like doing variety shows, I feel like there's a piece of information that is still lost in my brain and in my understanding of the group. I thought this song was phenomenal. I actually was getting pretty emotional. I got a little teary-eyed myself. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Those are some really good B-sides. So anyway, that's been some of my thoughts recently since we've been doing 1 Week Club, is how can one group be so big and so popular, seemingly go nowadays feeling like a little unnamed. But before we end, I do have one more song. One last one for the B-sides. Always.
화이팅! 우리는 계속 달려.
어디 우리 같이 춤추자.
어디 함께.
버디, 오래 보자.
버디, 난 버디가 행복했으면 좋겠어. 지금 눈물 흘리고 있지? 나도 사랑해. Cause we're here at this party. 끝나지 않을 춤을 춰. Cause it's our endless hours. 잊을 수 없는 꿈을 꿔. And I know this isn't the end right now. 너와 나 영원토록 we keep on dreaming, 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 dreaming. Come with me now. Come with me now. Come with me now. Come with me now.
이제 마지막 번 나갔어.
Come with me now. 여자친구. 행복해야 돼.
Trying to remember what movie this is from. There's a movie where it shows him kind of walking off. And he turns around and says, "It's not goodbye. It's see you later. Much later." That's what this felt like. I think, if I'm being 100% honest here, this kind of hits hard because I feel like a lot of the groups that I like most are the ones that generally are the most in danger of disbandment and or just kind of not ever getting the due that I think that they deserve. And I think in a lot of ways Gfriend falls in that category. And so it's a bit cathartic and like kind of sucky to listen to a song like this, because like there's also a part of me that thinks to myself, if Gfriend can't survive, what chance does groups that I, listen to more have? The chances that they have seem way less likely. It reminds me just all the, especially more recently, obviously I'm going to bring it up, but Dreamcatcher. It kind of reminds me of that time seeing that notification come about the unrenewed contracts. And yeah, I know they're supposedly coming back, and I think they actually are now. Dami kind of dropped a bit of a bomb on that, but does it make sense? Like, when a group who has 71 wins and has all this influence and has all this power and all this popularity can't survive. If you want to say that they didn't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for Gfriend. It just makes me so much more worried, because especially I feel like in a lot of ways, the industry is a little bit more cruel to the girl groups in a lot of ways. Seems like they make the girl groups a little bit more disposable. And I don't know. It feels very hopeless in some ways, and hopeful because I know that at some point maybe they'll be able to come back. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this. We'll discuss this down in the comments below. Thank you. Goodbye.